Okay, so the first question that we have here is a student, after graduating with their master's in civil, they plan to start their own architecture and engineering firm. And they ask, does Johns Hopkins provide any kind of engineering entrepreneurship support, such as mentoring or other student resources?
That's such a good question. So we do have a technical management program, and so I wonder if that might be so within the civil engineering program. I would say not specifically. We don't have that, except we do have very dedicated faculty. Many of them are working professionals, and our students develop really good relationships with the faculty because, as Cheryl mentioned earlier, the class sizes are small, and that's important to us. So often students find a mentor among their instructors who they've had and can discuss this with one of them. But we also have a technical management program, also in the Whiting School, also online, and you might find some courses in there that are appropriate and would be useful for you. And then again, very similar, all of the courses in all of these online courses in the Whiting School are small class sizes. So again, the ability exists there for you to form good connections with your instructors, with your faculty, and ask them for advice.
And Rachel, I'm aware of entrepreneurship support that we have available to our full-time students at the Homewood campus. And so I'll say to this attendee, let me do some research after this event, and I can double check with those organizations regarding what support that they give to our online and part-time students. The next question is, it equivalent as if I'm attending in person? Or will it say Master of Science online or something similar? So before you answer, Rachel, I'll say that it is, on nowhere on your transcript or on your diploma will it say online. We feel very passionately about delivering the same quality and rigorous curriculum that we would offer in our full-time program, extending that online, and part-time to our online and part-time students. So I wanted to say that. Rachel, do you have any additional thoughts?
No, I think that's important information to share, and certainly a question that a lot of students have. And I would say that we do have a full-time master's program, which is face-to-face, and there's a lot of sharing of courses between the two programs. So we have full-time students who take some of our online courses, and vice versa. If the students are if the EP students are local, they're welcome to take the courses at Homewood campus face-to-face. So those preservation engineering courses, for example, those are a mix of both our EP students and our full-time students. There's just no distinction. Excuse me.
Great. Rachel, could you discuss with us a little bit about advisors for students? So when a student joins the program, they are assigned an academic advisor, correct?
That's correct. Yeah. You'll immediately be assigned an academic advisor, and the advisor will welcome you to the program and be a resource for you. So typically you'll discuss with your advisor courses that are coming up. So registration opens for the spring, October 25th. And so you would typically, talk with your advisor right around that time, email or phone, and discuss, if you're not sure which courses you want to take, you would discuss with your advisor, what's best for you. The advisor also keeps an eye on your progress, makes sure that the courses you're taking are all appropriate, will all be counted. Of course, it's somewhat up to you as well to keep track of those things. And it's just basically there to provide advice.
And these advisors, they're faculty, correct, within the program?
Yes, absolutely.
Another topic or another question that comes up a lot during our presentations is the subject of PhDs. So maybe somebody is working full time, but at one point they are interested in going back and getting a PhD. What kind of advice would you have for that particular student?
Yeah, certainly to talk with your advisor early on and talk to them about this interest, because your advisor, again, will be a faculty member and will be able to advise you better on the courses that you take if they have this information. We can, of course, then advise you through, when typical applications are due and talk to you about different programs that are out there. Hopkins has just initiated a Doctor of Engineering program, so similar to a PhD program, but the difference is it's designed for working professionals, and if there's a faculty member in the Department of Civil Engineering, and if your employer are all in agreement on this research topic and that it's worthy of a Doctor of Engineering, then you can apply to the program. So that's something else we could, discuss in that process.
We have one student. How long is it typical to get a PE after graduating?
Oh, let's see. How long to get a PE after graduating? So that it totally depends on where you live, what state you want to get your PE in. If you've already taken your FE exam, so of course, I would encourage anyone, any civil engineer who I talk to take your FE exam as soon as possible. So once you've taken your FE exam, again, it depends on which state you're in, how many years of experience, and whether or not a master's counts toward that number of years. So for example, in Maryland, it's 4 years of professional experience working under a PE, but your master's will count as 1 year. So, so if you finish your bachelor's degree in 2019, spring of 2019, and you start with us immediately afterwards, and you earn your Master of Civil Engineering degree within 3 years, you'd be ready to sit for your PE at that point. If while you're doing your master's degree, you are working under a professional engineer, and you apply on time and all of that. But there are other states that have other requirements. So California has different requirements, for example. So it's a little bit state dependent. If you go to the website www.ncees.org, I believe, all of the state's requirements are on that website, so you can take a look at that. But again, a master's degree in civil engineering, this master's degree in civil engineering will count as 1 year towards your sort of PE, what would we call it, internship kind of experience, as long as the state does consider a master's degree to count as a year. This one's no different.
All right. Wonderful.
That was a very long-winded answer. I hope it makes sense.
That was a great answer. We had one attendee who expressed interest in finite element analysis. And I wondered if you could talk about that a little bit.
Yes, we do. So we have an applied finite element methods course, applied FEM, and we've been offering it face-to-face for several years, as we've been working to, and we've recently been working to move it online. In fact, it's it's scheduled to be offered in the spring, so spring of 2019, to be offered online.
Next question, are we allowed to submit a letter of intent or cover letter? I'm assuming that this would be as part of the application. We do not require as part of our application a statement of purpose or a cover letter, but if you would like to, you're welcome to. You're welcome to include that as part of your packet. We'll give that to the department, to Rachel for her review. The follow-up question to that, by the way, is has to do with the GPA requirement, which is actually another question that we get frequently in information sessions. So if a student has less than a 3.0 GPA, Rachel, what are your thoughts regarding that?
So we will take other information into account. So if you have the option of submitting, like Cheryl said, a cover letter or a resume. So if you do have a GPA lower than 3.0, and I'd say the same thing for a bachelor's degree in something other than civil engineering, I'd encourage you to submit some additional information. Again, resume, a letter explaining perhaps if there was a reason that your GPA was lower than 3.0 that you'd like us to know about, that would help explain it. If in your resume, you have you already have your PE license, that would certainly tell us that, maybe your GPA was low, but now you've been working for several years and you've, learned a lot of the fundamentals on the job. That would be good information for us to know as well. So we don't, we certainly look at the full application package when we receive it.
All right. All right. Next question. What software does the finite element course use? Do you know off the top of your head?
I'm sorry, I cannot remember if it's Abacus or ANSYS. Yeah, I'm not sure. If you want to know, I can find that out and let you know. For some reason, I'm blanking on that, even though I should know it because I had a very long conversation with the person who's developing it. Yeah, and then I just can't think of it off the top of my head. But it's ANSYS or Abacus.
All right, wonderful.
So two very widely used FEM packages.
Wonderful. All right, it looks like we have answered everyone's questions. Thank you again, everyone, for your time this evening. Thanks for giving us spending a little bit of your evening with us to hear about these programs. Thank you so much, Rachel, for your time and for all of this great information.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us.